Good evening. I have received news reports to the effect that the Ethics Committee of the National Electoral Commission has suspended me from continuing with my presidential campaigns for 7 days on the ground of ethics violations. This suspension is a mockery of justice and proves the compromised nature of the National Electoral Commission and our electoral system generally. As I stand, no charges whatsoever have been served on me contrary to the ethics regulations. I have not been afforded the opportunity to defend myself in writing contrary to the ethics regulations. No summons to appear before the Ethics Committee was ever served on me before the decision was made, and this is contrary to the ethics regulations. And finally, the decision to suspend me has not been served on me as required by the ethics regulations, yet it has already been made public through the media. By this decision, the Commission stands completely exposed and discredited on account of its double standards and preferential treatment of the CCM and its candidates. The reason for this is that in the past 10 days, my party, Chadema, has submitted 3 different complaints against the CCM presidential candidate, Dr. John Pombe Magufuli, and one of his ministers for ethics violations on grounds of corrupt practices. None of these complaints, which were submitted to the Commission 10 days ago, has been resolved nor communicated to the complainant, Chadema, as required by the ethics regulations. Similarly, the National Electoral Commission has not taken any action on its own on widespread violations of the ethics code by candidate Magufuli and other CCM leaders, in particular the Prime Minister, who has been traveling up and down the country campaigning for CCM candidates in his capacity as Prime Minister. NEC, the National Electoral Commission, through its Director of Elections, has issued public statements which show clearly that it is partial to CCM and it is oppressive of the opposition parties, Chadema in particular. Had the National Electoral Commission been truly impartial, candidate Magufuli would never have been a presidential candidate to begin with, because his nomination papers were completely and fatally flawed. Now, to return to the decision to suspend me, the decision is intended to give relief to the CCM candidate and to slow down my campaign, which has been rolling across the country like a steamroller. The decision is unfair, unlawful, and totally unacceptable. As a result, the Central Committee of my party will meet tomorrow in an emergency meeting to deliberate on this matter and decide on a future course of action. In the meantime, me and my campaign team will continue with the preparations for the resumption of our presidential campaigns on Sunday in the Coast region. I thank you all for listening.